Students, welcome in your English class. Today we are going to do the revision of parts of speech. Okay, I have already uploaded one video regarding parts of speech, and today we are going to revise parts of speech like for your exams. Okay, how the question can come, or you can say overall what is parts of speech we are going to revise in this chapter. Let's start. First exercise that we are going to do is match the following. Okay, here I have written all the 8 parts of speech, and here I have written the definition, or you can say the thing by which you can understand which part of speech is this. Okay, so we have to match both the columns. Let's begin. First, pronouns. What are pronouns? We all know pronouns are the words which are used in place of noun. So we will see here what is there. Words that replace nouns, that are called pronouns. So first is pronouns. Second, nouns. From our very childhood classes also we have known that noun means naming word. Okay, the noun means naming word. See, here it is naming word. Third, verbs. Verbs are what? Verbs are doing word. Whatever action is done, or you can say action words. Whatever actions are done, we say that is verb. So, verbs are doing word. It is written in front of it only. Now fourth, adjective. What is adjective? Adjectives are the words which qualifies noun or pronoun. Okay, the word which describes the quality of noun or pronoun. Let's see. Words that qualify nouns or pronouns, that are called adjectives. Number 4. Now next, adverbs. What are adverbs? Adverbs are the verbs which modifies verb. Like if any action is done, how that action is done, that we come to know through adverb. Okay, let's see. Words that modify verbs, adjectives or adverbs itself. So this is adverb. Next is preposition. What is preposition? By the name only see it is written position. The word which shows the position of noun or pronoun is called preposition. So let's see where it is preposition. Words that relate noun or pronouns to other words, that are called prepositions. Next, conjunctions. Conjunctions are what? Conjunctions are joining words. Two sentences or two words are joined together, two clauses, anything that are joined together by a single word, that is called conjunction. So where is conjunction? Words that link words or sentences, that are called conjunctions. Now last one, interjections. What are interjections? Interjections are the way by we express our feeling or our sudden feeling or inner desire. Okay, so what are interjection? Only one is left, words that express sudden feeling. So by this we have done all the 8 parts of speech, and we have understood also in brief what are the definitions of parts of speech. Okay, we are now going to do the second exercise in order to understand parts of speech well. Okay, identify the parts of speech. Here I have written some lines and I have underlined certain words there. Now we have to see what these words are. In the first sentence, please speak clearly. The word which is underlined is clearly. Clearly is which part of speech? Clearly is adverb. How we know that clearly is adverb? Because see, clearly word is showing or modifying which action? Speak. How to speak? Clearly. Okay. So speak is verb. The word which modifies verb is called adverb. So clearly is adverb. Okay. Now second sentence. He is reading. in this sentence we are not having any name. Okay, instead of a name it is written he. So the word which is used in place of a name or in place of a noun is called what? Is called pronoun. So he is pronoun. Okay, now the third sentence. The elephant is large but timid. Okay, how is the elephant large but timid? Underlined word is but. But is which part of speech? But is conjunction. Why? Because it is joining two words, large but timid. Okay, so but is what? But is conjunction. One more way how to check whether it is correct or not. If I divide the sentence into two sentences, what will be the sentence? The elephant is large, the elephant is timid. Two sentences are joined together by the word but. So it is conjunction. Okay. Now the next sentence. Hooray, we won the match. Hooray, we won the match. Now hooray word is what? Hooray is showing our inner feeling or it is expressing our sudden feeling. Okay. Hooray, we won the match. So hooray is what? Exclamatory mark, or we have given exclamatory mark. That means we have exclaimed something. That is, it is interjection. There is a balloon in the sky. Where is the balloon? In the sky. I am talking about the noun balloon and its position is where? In the sky. So it is showing the position of noun. That means it is what? Preposition, because preposition shows the position of noun or pronoun. So it is preposition. The players are tall. The players are again noun here. And what is the quality of the player? The players are tall. That means I am talking about the quality of noun. That means adjective, because adjective qualifies noun. Okay, it is adjective. Next, Rohit wears glasses. Rohit wears. The word is wears. Wear means पहनना. So to do something. Rohit is wearing glasses. That means वो उसने glasses पहना. Okay. So wear means to do an action. Okay. It is an action word. So what are the action word or the doing word? That are verbs. Rahul, please pass the ball. Okay. Here the word which is underlined is Rahul. Rahul is what? Name. Name means noun. So by this we can see I have got all the 8 parts of speech here. Okay, now we will do another exercise. One more exercise to understand it very well. Okay, it can come like circle the adverb and underline the verb. That means in a single sentence you have to find two things. One is adverb and the other one is verb. Okay, let's see how you have to do. The dog is barking fiercely. The dog is barking fiercely. Dog is the subject. It is doing what action? It is doing barking. So barking is what? Barking is doing what? That means verb. What we have to do? Underline the verb. So I will underline this. Now, fiercely. How this action has been done? Fiercely. Fiercely means it is fiercely word is modifying the word barking. That means the action has been done fiercely. This is what? This is adverb. So circle the adverb. So we will circle it. Clear? See the next sentence. The soldiers fought bravely. The soldiers are the subject, and what the soldiers are doing? The soldiers are fought. Fought is what? Fought is verb. So fought verb. Bravely is the adverb which is modifying how the action has been done. So bravely is adverb. See the third sentence. Gandhiji always spoke the truth. Gandhiji always did what? Spoke. Spoke is the action here. The truth. Okay. Now, what will be the adverb for this? Gandhiji always spoke the truth. What will be the adverb? Spoke is modified by the word always. When he spoke always. So, always will be the adverb here. Okay. So, this is the way we can do this exercise. Now see, one more exercise we will discuss. Previously I have discussed about adverb and verb. Now here, circle the preposition and underline the conjunction. We have to circle the preposition and underline the conjunction. Two things we are going to find here in this sentence. So let's see how. Manu and Rajat are at the door. First of all, we have to do what? Preposition. Manu and Rajat are at the door. At word is showing the position of Manu and Rajat. So, at is what? Preposition. We have to circle the preposition. At. Underline the conjunction. Now, what is conjunction? You know conjunctions are joining words. If I say Manu is at the door, Rajat is at the door. Two sentences I have joined into a single sentence by the word and. Manu and Rajat are at the door. So, underline the conjunction. And is the conjunction here. Okay. Now, let's see another example. Zia is standing before James and after Jenny in the queue. This is a long sentence. Pay attention here how we have to solve it. Zia is standing before. The position of Zia is before James. So, before is also preposition and after Jenny. After is also showing the position of Zia. Zia is standing after Jenny. So, after is also preposition. In the queue. Where she is standing? She is standing in the queue. The position is where? In the queue. In the queue. The position of Zia is before James and after Jenny. So, in is what? In is showing the what? In is showing the position. Now, conjunction. Zia is standing before James and. Zia is standing before James. Zia is standing after Jenny. Two sentences are joined together by the word and. Okay. So, this is the conjunction and preposition, how you have to solve this. Okay. More example I will give you how it can come. Parts of speech question, how it can come. See, correct the following sentences. Okay. Correct the following sentences. That means I am having two sentences and there is certain mistake. Let's see what is the mistake. Oh no. The food is very tasty. See, if the food is tasty, what we will say? Oh no. No, we will not say oh no. We will say yummy, the food is tasty. Or we will say oh no, the food is not so tasty. Understood? Two ways are there in order how to express yourself. If you will change this part, this will be the same. But if this will be the same and you have to change then this part. If it is, oh no, the food is very tasty. This is wrong. So, how we can correct it? Instead of, oh no, we can write, yummy, the food is very tasty. Yummy, the food is very tasty. Now, this sentence will be correct. Okay. See the next sentence. Thank God he was not saved. If someone dies or if someone is having any problem, we will say thank God. No, they both are what? They both are oxymoron. Okay. So, how we will say? Oh no, he was not saved. Okay. But if I want to keep this constant, thank God he was saved. I will just remove the not and it will be thank God he was saved. This is also a way how to see what part of speech we are using. Okay. That's all for today. and I hope I have explained you various ways of understanding parts of speech as well as how to use it in sentences also. Okay, thank you and keep learning.